there's no need for us to try and tie you down or anything like that. And so once we had that conversation, it was pretty easy at that point. We just said, hey, this is what we want to do. And I went back and I told Tunde and Shegun, I was like, listen, we can get into this long drawn out thing about, he owes this number of albums, or tie us into the...
How many albums was he supposed to have done for the label?
The details escape me now. I think it was a 5-album deal in the beginning. And he had done 2 solo albums. He'd done the Superstar album and the Ayo album. So I think he still owed 3 more albums. But, he wanted to leave. And for me, that was enough, because I don't want anybody to stay where they don't want to be.
Yeah.
And it will just create animosity. It will just create resentment.
Did you even try to talk him out of deep?
No, because I could tell that that's his
mentally
heart.
He wasn't there
mentally
anyway.
He was ready to do other things.
Yeah.
And for me, I just felt like some things are meant to happen for a season.
Yeah.
And that was the season that we were meant to work together. And at the end of the day, one thing that has always been mostly true in my life and in EMB's life with Tunde and Shegun is that most of the people who ever work with us, when they eventually leave and go on, they're better off than when they were when we first found them. And I think for me, that's enough. It's enough of a testimony to just be that stepping stone to say, hey, I did what I could. I tried. Now you're off doing greater things. And I couldn't be happier. And till today, EME, we still do work for Wiz and Starboy, and like the same way we do work for you. We do work for a lot of people in the business, because I don't believe in burning bridges. I try to be, as peaceful or tolerant as I can of understanding people's views. And for me, it was pretty simple. Once we actually had a conversation, it was just about, okay, how do we, release you from this and release you to go off and do other things. And in fact, I think at the time we even had an agreement.
Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you're a new subscriber, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Okay, so on Easter Day, Ebuka did an interview. He interviewed Ebuka has this show on YouTube, on a YouTube channel called Bounce Online Radio. So he interviewed Banky W and Adeswa. The first part was released on Easter Day, and the second part was released yesterday. Today is Thursday, right? Okay, it was released on Wednesday evening, but people actually listened to it a lot yesterday, being Thursday. So the gist is this: Ebuka asked Banky of Wizkid. I don't know. I don't want to put up the video here because the channel is actually on YouTube. It's what you can actually search for, and you can get it and listen to the interview by yourself. I don't want to put, because of copyright infringement. So as I was saying, so Ebuka asked Banky of the whole Wizkid situation. Banky said that Wizkid was somebody he groomed, but at a point he noticed people were talking to Wizkid, telling him stuff about Banky, cheating him and all that. And so Banky said he called Wizkid and said, okay, you want to go? It's fine, I'll let you go. You're destined for greatness. The only person that can stop your greatness is you, but nothing can stop your greatness. You're going to be a superstar and all that. So he said that's actually, and the contract they signed, Wizkid was supposed to do like 5 albums under EME Records. EME Records belonged to, at that time, it still belongs to, though then at the time it was a recording label, belongs to Tunde and Shegun, then Banky. There were 3 partners. So according to Banky said that was how Wizkid left, that there was no animosity, they parted amicably. And then Ebuka asked him, were you happy he wasn't at your wedding? He said yes, that he was disappointed, although Wizkid wished them well, and Wizkid called her because at the time, a day before the wedding, they were in Dubai for the One African Fest or so. So, and Banky also chipped in something about Tiwa. Tiwa was also there, but Tiwa said she had to enter. She boarded she had to enter economy. She had to sit in economy because there was no business class ticket, and she really wanted to be at the wedding. So I think Banky was kind of trying to say that if Wizkid made that effort, but in the end, even at this one interrupted that it's fine, that it's the intention that matters. That he wanted to come, but as much as the execution did not work, it's still perfectly fine. So since this interview broke, there have been lots of talks. Wizkid fans have been moving mad as usual. That's what they are known for online. Always saying a whole lot of nonsense. So now this one called Flora. This one acts like she knows Wizkid, like she usually have breakfast with Wizkid every morning. She has been ranting, you know. Then this is from Asiwaju. Whiskey's level of confidence in himself will never not marvel me. They believe you have got to have in yourself before you can abandon your years of hard work, sweat, royalties, everything, just to build back from the scratch as an independent artist. Okay, now the gist is that Tunde, Banky collect asked Whiskey to hand over all the albums he did already to him, and then that what was the gist of? Okay, Banky asked Whiskey to hand over the albums he did to him, plus the royalties. That's still to till this day. Those albums, whatever profits they make from those albums goes to Banky W. So now these ones are now angry that Banky wasn't fair and all that. So these are part of the comments. Somebody said Wizkid carried EME on his back. They used him to push other label artists. Baddest Boy was originally Wizkid's song. You know this Baddest Boy? No, 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 Baddest Boy. I don't know if you're Wizkid. I'm not so much of a Wizkid fan, so I wouldn't know. I don't know how to sing it rather. So they say it was originally Wizkid, but Banky kind of put in other people. They now made it like a label anthem kind of thing. So, according to this person, the contract expired in 2015. That Wizkid was receiving the same percentage with his manager at the beginning, 25%. That's Wizkid 25%, his manager 25%, while the record label took 50%. He fired a Sage because of this. The Sage used to be Wizkid's manager. They all milked the hell out of Wizkid. It was only right he reset his contract, which made him give Banky his 2 albums, leaving with 0 accounts. Banky W should face his politics and stop using Wizkid to form good guy for his political blah 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 blah. So this was what Wizkid's reply, LOL. That was the reply to the whole discussion, LOL. Whatever that means, I don't know for him. Also, that's the gist. So tell me, what do you think? I don't know. I don't know. I still believe Banky. There's no how Banky would have lied. And of course, if Whiskey did not, fulfill his side of the contract, it's only normal that Banky should take it. After all, he was meant to do like 5 and he didn't. So whatever, they will be fine. As Banky said, there is no animosity, but trust all these thirsty fans that don't have a proper life. All they do is constitute nuisance online. They've been wailing like bush babies. So this interview went viral. So share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks.